But my baby wasn't dead and Chloe wasn't gone, but she is. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. She was the most perfect baby, wasn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, she was.
You know, there's people who gush over kids every time they see them. It's not me. But then, taking care of Bree and Chloe, I'm a different person now. Just, I'm really sorry that your baby died. You knew, didn't you? And Bess taking Star's baby to replace her? You knew that too? For how long?
A long time. I really thought you were gonna hate me.
No. You were afraid I'd fall apart, right? Yeah.
I wish more than anything in this world you were not going through this right now. You know, Jared and I, we actually thought that no one would ever find out, you know? And then Star and Cole, they started looking into things. You know, they needed to know what happened. They needed to understand what happened. But even then, you know, we thought somehow we could keep it quiet. But then there was this creep, Kyle Lewis, who ran the lab tests, and he blackmailed us.
Okay. I just need to take it a little slower, okay?
I'm sorry.
Don't be. I need to take it one thing at a time. I think right now I need to see Marcie. I really need to apologize to her.
Jess, are you sure that you want to see Marcie so that you can apologize? Or do you just want to see the baby?
Yes, I want to see that baby. I took care of her, Natalie. I loved her like she was my own. I can't just shut that off.
Honey, I know, but you need time.
No, Mom said I would have a chance to make it right. She told me I have to see Marcie.
Baby, you can't just give up the baby yesterday. Okay, you everyone knows how hard this is on you.
Why is everybody being so understanding when what I did was so horrible?
Honey, you lost Nash and the baby.
I was being selfish. Marcie deserves to know how sorry I am.
I'm sure she knows that, and you will be able to tell her when the time is right. Okay? But you just gave the baby back yesterday. Do you really think that you can face seeing her again? And then having to turn around and leave her all over again?
I don't know. Nothing feels right now.
Okay.
Nothing.
Why don't you let me go? I'll tell Marcie whatever apology you want.
No, Natalie, you've done way too much for me already.
Trust me, this is for me too. If it hadn't been for Jared and Marcie would have known the truth a long time ago, and she would have had her baby a lot sooner. You didn't know how much she was going to suffer, but I did. And I let it go on. And now that loss and suffering is yours. But you haven't lost everything.
I know, Bree.
That's right. And she really needs you now.
I know. Okay. When you see Chloe, could you just tell her that I love her?
Hi.
Natalie, hey, come on in. Is Jessica okay? She's coping. I came by because I owe both of you an apology.
Why?
Because you would have had your daughter months ago if it weren't for me.
Well, you have nothing to apologize. This has nothing to do with you.
Actually, yes, it does.
No, Michael and I, we understand what happened.
Yeah, well, you don't know all of it.
What do you mean?
Jared and I found out the truth months ago.
What?
You knew that Jessica had Star's baby?
Well, I had my suspicions, and then when you told me our Hope couldn't have died of RH disease, then I put it all together. And I couldn't tell anyone.
Why?
Look, I know it wasn't right. I mean, God, how could I not know that it wasn't right? I mean, I grew up thinking that Roxy Balsam was my mother, and I didn't know who my family was or who I was because someone else decided it'd be better that way. But you have to understand, my sister has suffered so much, and she nearly broke when she lost Nash, and she was finally starting to get better. And I just felt if she knew the truth, that it would just all go undone.
I understand that, but you saw what we went through, too.
I know, and in my head, it was just... I kept thinking, Char was going to give up the baby for adoption anyway, and I know that doesn't make it right. I know. But you had said to me that, you were getting past the baby's death, and that you and Michael had gotten back together, so even without a child, you two had found happiness, but that was bull, right? I mean, how could you be okay? I was keeping you from the daughter that was born to be yours.
Natalie, it's really okay.
Yeah, it was a pretty awful decision you had to make.
You're just trying to protect your sister, and we understand that.
And you know what? We are happy. We finally have our baby, and that's what matters.
Jessica wanted to come and apologize herself, but I told her it wasn't a good idea.
Well, you tell her that she is welcome to visit anytime.
I need to go.
Do you want to see her?
Truth be told, the reason I thought it would be a bad idea for Jessica to come here is that I thought it would be hard for her to let go. And I'm having those same feelings. So if you could just tell Chloe, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
If you tell Hope that we love her. And thank you for being so understanding.